Assalamu alaikum. This lesson for grade 8, chapter 7, factors, which is in your part 1 book. We'll see the chapter 7.1, the highest common factor, that is HCF of several numbers. This is actually a recall of the previous grade, which you studied in grade 7, how to find out the HCF of numbers, several numbers. So before we go to this, you should know what is prime number. So you studied in the previous grades what is prime number. So I didn't mention the definition of the prime number here. You must be knowing the definition of the prime number. Prime numbers are which is divisible by 1 and itself, which can be divided by 1 and itself, are called prime numbers. Right? For an example, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, like that it goes. Right? You have further you can write. So that is prime number. So to find out the HCF of few numbers, for an example, we have a question here. Find HCF of 6, 12 and 18. So what you should do, you should divide each of these by prime numbers, then the smallest prime number first, and after that the bigger one, and you should rewrite it like a multiple of the numbers here. So here 6 divided by 2, so you get 3 times, then 3 should be again divided by, you can't divide it by 2, 3 cannot be divided by 2, so the next prime number you have 3, so 3 divided by 3, so you get 1. So you should divide it until you get the last figure 1, right? Until you get the last figure 1, you should divide it, right, by the prime numbers. Now 6 is equal to 2 into 3. So no need to multiply by 1, right? You by multiplying by 1 you get the same, right? So no need to write 1 here. So 6 can be written as 2 into 3. Then 12, the next number 12. So 12 divided by 2 you get 6. Then 6 divided by 2 you get 3. So you should go for the smallest prime number first, right? So 12 can be divided by 2, so therefore divided by 2 only, don't go for 3. So 12 divided by 2 you got 6, and 6 also can be divided by 3, but you should go for the smallest number. Smallest number is 2, right? So smallest prime number is 2, so divided by 2, then you get 3. Then 3 cannot be divided by 2, so therefore go for 3. Then 3 divided by 3 you get 1. Right? Now if you rewrite it, 12 is equal to 2 into 3. Right? Right. Then 18. 18 divided by 2 you get 9. Right? First of all you should see the smallest number. So 18 divided by 2, so it can be divided. So 9. So 9 cannot be divided by 2, so therefore 9 can be divided by 3, the next number. So 3 times, again it can be divided by 3, then you get 1. So you should go for, until you get 1 you should divide it. So now if you rewrite it, 18 is equal to 2 into 3 into 3. So when you write it here, that you should write the same number under the same number, then it is easy for you to find out the HCF. So like the way I have written here, so you should write it the same number under the same number. If you can write it this way, by having spaces wherever you need, you can have the spaces and write it this way. So we are going to see the common factors. So common factors in all three numbers now. So 2 is common factor in all three numbers. Then again another 3 is common factor in all three numbers, right? 2 is common factor in all three numbers, and another 3 is common factor in all three numbers. The other numbers are we don't have a common factor, so from in the other numbers, so that we can just leave it. Then the HCF is going to be 2 into 3. So the common factors, we will take it and write it as a product of those numbers. So 2 into 3, so the answer is 6. So 2 into 3, the answer is 6. So the HCF is 6. So after this you have a homework to do the revision exercise, review exercise. You have the review exercise you have. So do the review exercise. Then we will go to the next. 7.2. So the highest common factor of several algebraic terms. So what is algebraic terms? What is algebraic terms? What do you know about algebraic terms? Algebraic terms mean with the constants, with the numbers, right? With the numerical numbers, right? Or without the numerical numbers also. You get the letters, the small English small letters, right? It can be X or A or Y or right, whatever the English small letters, right? So those are we call variable, right? So number comes with a variable, or the variable multiplied by a variable, or a variable only itself. We call it as algebraic terms, right? So example we have here, find the HCF of 4x, 8xy, 6xyz, right? So if you write it 4x, that means you have a multiplication sign in between 4 and x. So if you write 8xy, you have a multiplication sign in between 8 and x, and you have a multiplication sign between x and y also, right? If you have 6xyz, similarly you have the multiplication sign in between each of these the numbers, or numbers and the algebraic symbols, right? 4x can be written now. First of all, you should write 4 as a multiple of the prime numbers. So 4 can be divided by 2. So 2 into 2, it can be divided, it can be written as the product of prime numbers as 2 into 2. And you have another x, that is into x. Then 8xy, 8 should be divided now. 8 can be divided by 2. Then you get 4. Then 4 can be divided by 2. Then 2. Then again 2 can be divided by 2. Then you get 1. So therefore 8 can be written as 2 into 2 as the product of prime numbers, right? Then you have x and y. So x and y. So into x into y, right? Then you have 6xyz. So 6 can be divided by 2. Then you get 3. 3 cannot be divided by 2. Therefore 3 can be divided by 3. Then you get 1. So therefore 6 can be written as 2 into 3. Then the balance you have xyz, that is into x into y into z. Now if you look at this, you have the common factors. You have 2, you have in all three algebraic term, right? So 2 can be taken. Then you have another x, right, common for all three algebraic terms. So other than that, we don't have common terms in all three at once. So therefore we will pick only 2 and x. Therefore the HCF is equal to 2 into x, that is equal to 2x. So the HCF is 2x, right? Like that, another example, if we consider another example, we have a algebraic term 2pq, so we will rewrite it as 2 into p into q. Then we have another algebraic term 4pqr, so 4 should be divided by the prime factors. So 4 divided by 2, you get 2, 2 divided by 2, then 1. So 4 can be written as 2 into 2. 4 can be written as 2 into 2 by the product of the prime numbers. So 2 into 2. Then we have p and q. So p into q. Now if you look at both the numbers, we have 2 is a common factor you have in both. Then you have p as a common factor in both, and q also a common factor in both. So therefore you are supposed to pick 2, p and q and write it as a product. So 2 into p into q. So that is equal to 2pq. It can be written as 2pq. No need to put the multiplication sign in between the numbers and the algebraic symbol, and in between the algebraic symbol and another algebraic symbol we don't need to put the multiplication sign. So therefore the HCF is 2pq, right? So that is the answer. So another example you have 7mn. So 7mn can be written as 7 is a prime number, right? We studied 7 is a prime number. So therefore 7 can be cannot be divided by any other numbers. So write 7 as it is, 7 into m into n, right? Now you have the next number, you have next algebraic term, you have 14mnp. So 14 should be written by the product of the prime numbers. So 14 divided by 2 you get 7, 7 divided by 7 you get 1. So therefore 14 can be written as 2 into 7. Then the rest m and p into m into n into p, right? All three can be written that way, right? The next algebraic term you have 28mnq. So 28 should be written as a product of prime number. So therefore 28 divided by 2 you get 14, then 14 divided by 2 you get 7, 7 divided by 2, 7 cannot be divided by 2, so therefore 7 divided by 7 only, then 7 divided by 7 1. So 7 cannot be divided by the other numbers 3 and 5 also, so 7 divided by 7, so you get 1. So therefore 2 into 7 into m into n into q. Now we will see the common factors in all three the algebraic terms. So we have 7 as a common factor in all three terms. Then we have m in all three terms. Then you have n in all three terms. For the other numbers we don't have common factors. So therefore we will pick only 7 into m into n. So therefore the answer, the HCF is going to be 7mn, right? Only those three numbers will come, only those three figures will come. So the answer is 7mn. So with this knowledge, so you will be able to do homework exercise 7.1. so you will do it as a homework.